Let's start with an image. Imagine you're in a dark room with just a flashlight. You can only see what's directly in front of you, and everything else is in the shadows. Now, what happens if your flashlight is pointed in the wrong direction? No matter how sharp your instincts are, if you're not aware of where you're shining the light, you'll miss what's important. That's what self-awareness is for a vigilant leader. It's the ability to know where you're shining your light. Self-awareness is foundational because if you can't see and understand yourself, your biases, your blind spots, your strengths and weaknesses, how can you expect to lead others effectively or anticipate challenges? Every leader has strengths, and every leader has blind spots. The problem is that too many of us focus on the strengths and ignore the blind spots. But a vigilant leader does the opposite. They recognize their strengths, but spend time probing those areas where they might be weak or uninformed. Let's say you're an excellent decision maker. You pride yourself on being able to make quick, effective decisions under pressure. That's great. But what if your decision making is sometimes too fast? What if you rush decisions without gathering all the information? A vigilant leader is aware of this and actively works to balance their speed with careful consideration. Being self-aware isn't about doubting your abilities. It's about having an honest view of where you excel and where you might need support. You don't have to be perfect in every area, but you do need to be aware of your imperfections. Let's look at a real-world example. Elon Musk, one of the most visionary leaders of our time, is known for his bold leadership and ability to drive innovation. But even he has publicly admitted that his intensity can sometimes push people too hard. He's aware of the pressure his leadership style creates, which has led him to balance his ambitious goals with the well-being of his teams. Musk's self-awareness allows him to adjust his approach when necessary. It's not about changing who you are as a leader, but rather understanding how your actions and decisions impact those around you. That's what makes self-awareness such a powerful tool for leadership. Now, self-awareness is just a start. Once you know yourself, the next step is being perceptive of your surroundings. Vigilant leaders are like detectives. They're always picking up on clues that others might miss. Now, let's take a simple everyday scenario. You're in a meeting and one of your key team members seems a little off. Maybe they're not contributing as much, or their energy is lower than usual. A perceptive leader notices this, probes further, and figures out if something deeper is going on, whether it's burnout, personal issues, or something else affecting their performance. Perceptiveness is about paying attention to the details, both big and small. Whether it's a shift in team dynamics, a change in market trends, or even subtle body language in a conversation, being perceptive allows you to catch those weak signals before they become big problems. Perceptiveness often goes hand in hand with emotional intelligence. If you're emotionally intelligent, you can sense the emotions of those around you. You can pick up on stress, frustration, excitement, or even fear, all of which provide critical information about the state of your team or your organization. Consider this. A vigilant leader isn't just focused on the external environment. They're also tuned in to the emotional climate of their workplace. They know when morale is dipping, when tensions are rising, and when people need motivation or support. This level of awareness helps them steer their teams more effectively and creates a more engaged, resilient workforce. Imagine this scenario. You're the CEO of a mid-sized tech company. Your company is doing well, and revenue is growing steadily. On the surface, everything looks great. But during a routine meeting, you notice that your head of sales seems distracted and disengaged, even though numbers are on track. A less perceptive leader might brush this off, but a vigilant leader digs deeper. You have a one-on-one conversation with your head of sales and learn that there is a competitor making quiet moves to poach key clients. You caught the issue before it became a major problem, allowing you to take action early. This is the power of perceptiveness. It's not just about noticing what's in front of you. It's about noticing what's not being said, what's hidden under the surface, and what weak signals might be pointing to future issues. Now, here's the good news. Self-awareness and perceptiveness are skills that can be developed. It starts with slowing down and paying attention. Too often, leaders are in a rush to make decisions, but the most vigilant leaders take time to reflect. Try this exercise. After each major decision or interaction, ask yourself what went well and what could have gone better. Was there something you missed? Was there a moment when you didn't fully understand the situation? Over time, this reflection will sharpen your awareness and help you become more perceptive. Another tip? Ask for feedback. Sometimes the best way to become more self-aware is to hear from others. They might see blind spots you've overlooked. The more open you are to feedback, the better equipped you'll be to lead with vigilance. Being a vigilant leader isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions about yourself and your environment. Self-awareness and perceptiveness give you the tools to navigate complex situations with clarity. You'll be able to read the room, sense changes in your team or market, and adjust your approach before small issues turn into big problems. In the next lesson, we'll dive into strategic foresight and how vigilant leaders use it to anticipate changes in their industry. But for now, think about this. How well do you know yourself? How perceptive are you of the people and situations around you? Start paying attention, and you'll be surprised at what you might uncover.